everybody, and welcome back to Currency Training Team. Today I want to show you another analysis. It's quite similar as to this one from yesterday. I just took another trade on the pound Japanese yen, as you can see here. The last day it was quite bearish, and as you can see in my previous video, it also has broken through this kind of channel at the 4-hour time frame. So what I wanted to do now is to follow the trend. Here you can see my positions. Today I trade only little size, so 2 times 0.1 lot, because I can't sit the whole time in front of the desktop PC and I wanted to take out some risk in case of it moves in the other direction I want. So why did I enter this trade? So first of all, it made quite a bearish movement downwards here, and then it retraces up. What we can see here, the movement downwards was very strong. The pullback wasn't that strong. It was kind of a mixture of bullish and bearish candles. And when we look at the smaller time frame, such as the 15-minute or the 5-minute chart, we can see here that if we see this down movement, it formed kind of flag pattern. So I draw some lines here. So, and I saw that this line is the important line, and when this line got broken, that we are very likely to continue the downtrend. So I waited that this line was broken at the 15-minute chart. So it closed below that line. So I waited for a little pullback and then entered the trade with the stop loss above this range you can see here. So this is how to enter trades based on the bigger time frame where you get the signals from. And to enter the trade at a very good price, you have to go to a smaller time frame to get a good price and not to have to set up too big stop loss. So now I have only to wait for the currency to fall and get some profit. So my stop loss already set. So I have to think about where to set the take profit. And for this, I go to the bigger time frame. And it's possible to take profit there at this line. So the first take profit could be at this area, where from the big movement is 38.2 Fibonacci retracement. So maybe there could be some consolidation and the movement could go on up. We don't know that. Otherwise, I speculated on a bigger move to the downside. And on a daily chart, I set my take profit here, a bit above the 2 moving averages, because I think a 50 retracement is very likely, and we have to see where the consolidation starts and where some buyers come in again. So I set my take profit this level, and let's wait and see. A few minutes went over, and as you can see here, price did drop kind okay. So what to do next? I take out some risk, and I do this by shifting the stop loss above the last 15-minute candle. So at least now we end this trade with about 14-15 euros profit. So this is not too bad. But as you can see here, there's still a strong movement to the downside. So I think it's still very likely that we will reach the first area we could set to take profit. On the other hand, I think I will hold this position for a longer time, as I said before, until this level as a little swing position. But if you want to trade intraday, it's very good to take even a part of your position out at this level and let the other position run. I will decide this whether the movement is strong to the downside at this point, or it begins to get slower and maybe some buyers coming in. So let's see you in a few minutes. A few minutes have been gone. Let's see what price did. As you can see, it moved farther in our direction. This was very good. So this is quite a strong downwards movement on the short term. Well, let's see if it is only longer term. But what I want to do, here you can see that the 1 hour candle closed very bearish. So I think after this 1 hour candle close, price could go up a bit, so as it does here, before it drops further. So let's wait and see and be a bit patient. This could be a resistance at this level. So price could go up until there. Maybe it meets the 50 moving average at the 1 minute chart, consolidates that, and then continues dropping. So maybe I shift the stop loss a little bit further. And let's wait and see. You also can take your whole profit now if you want to be more aggressive and go for the shorter term. But if you want to go for the longer term, as I want to try it now until here, I have to give it a bit of space to avoid getting stopped out immediately. So I've just modified this line due to this area and this area and this area. This could be that some sellers are setting some sell stops at this level. So let's wait and see. So for everybody who missed this breakout, it might be a good option to wait until price reaches back until the moving average 10 at the special time frame you want to trade, and then go short at this level, or not exactly at this level, but a bit below or a bit above, depending on the trend. So as you can see here, it's somehow in the region of the moving average 10. So as it seems, some sell limits are placed here and some sellers coming in again, and this could drive the price even lower. So once the price is at this level, I will shift the stop at least until there, because when it reverses there and goes up, the downwards movement is gone. So be patient and wait what the price does. If we can take a longer term trade, or if we get stopped out. So everybody, take a look. As you can see, some buyers were coming into the market and have driven the price to a very high level where it wanted to exit the trade. This is due, you never know when the price reverses. Some people know, they think where price reverses, but in fact anything can happen at the market every time. So what would be perfect is if we had taken some profits at this level down there. But I wanted to go for a longer term, and so I have to give it some space. This is a very good example to show you that not every trade works like expected. And it's always very important to shift stop loss, because you have to know when you have 1,000 euros floating in profit and then price goes back and you exit with 2 euros in profit, then it was worth nothing. You always have to remember what's important is where you exit the trade, and where you exit is where you take profit or have a loss. So it's always important to shift stop loss, and if you like, also to shift stop loss aggressively. I could have shift stop loss like this. After each candle that closed, shift to the next candle. And then I would get stopped out at least there, or even at least there. So here you could have made about 30 pips. So it's okay. It was a short trade for at least less than an hour. So keep this in mind. Wait for the breakout and always shift stop loss to take some profits, or even take some partial profit at possible resistance. So thanks guys for watching, and see you at the next video. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you want to see more. So see you next time, your Currency Training Team.